Welcome to another episode of AI Product Leader. Every week we shine a light on what it really takes to join the AI world. Real conversations with real AI builders, founders, product leaders, AI experts, technologists, and everything in between to understand where the AI world is right now and what that path looks like, whether you're building AI products or building a career in AI. Have a question or topic? Email us at support@aicareerboost.com and join the conversation. We'd love to hear your questions. I'm your host, Polly Allen. I'm the founder of AI Career Boost, where I spend my time helping product managers and leaders navigate the world of AI and transition into AI leadership roles. I've spent my career on both the product management and software development worlds, and I'm an ex-Alexa AI principal product manager, where I successfully launched the first generative AI answers on Alexa back in 2020. I'm also honored to be a winner of the top 100 of Women of the Future awards. And I'm really excited today to be joined by Jorge Saucedo-Daniel. Am I saying it correctly, Daniel?
Yeah, you said
Sorry.
it. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I've been
Well,
practicing.
oh,
Um,
thanks. Yeah.
so he's the interim associate dean of human services and technology at Santa Ana College. Jorge is a visionary in educational technology with over 15 years of leadership and mentoring experience, and he's dedicated his career to strengthening and teaching diverse learners across Southern California by lowering financial and cultural barriers to education and technology access. In his current role, Jorge continues to innovate and drive impactful solutions at the intersection of human services and technology with an inspiring vision of AI as an accelerator for educational spaces. So excited to have you here today, Jorge. Let's jump into it. How are you doing today?
Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for the invite. I
Hey,
appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this
so
to
glad
this
you could make
recording.
it.
Yeah. Thanks.
So we wanted to know a little bit more about you. What were you doing before you joined the AI technology world?
You know what? So I come from a business background. I was a business major for my undergrad years ago. As you can tell with my white hair. I dabbled into the banking industry for a little bit. It wasn't really my thing. The next thing you know, I'm volunteering at a what turned out to be a county office of education site. And they really liked the work that I did with students. So then I was offered a teaching assistant position. That was my first, dabble into education. Really liked it, and then started to move up. Then moved to CTE. Really liked that as well. Moved on, and then what really got my career in the community college system was
Yeah.
getting a teaching job as an adjunct faculty at Santiago Canyon College here in Southern California. Moved into a CTE coordinator role. We really loved that, did that for years. And then, got my master's in education, instructional design and technology. Tech has always kind of been my thing. It's been my
Your
strength,
passion?
my passion. Yeah, my passion. And then got my doctorate last year, moved into a director role at the district office, same district. Moved into a district office position as a director, work-based learning. Did a lot of stuff with future work. Started presenting about technology and AI. That goes along with the work-based learning objectives and initiatives. Actually, throughout the state.
Oh,
And
amazing.
then yeah, and then this interim associate dean role came up. I applied for it roughly around when I was going through your program, and then now I'm here. So I mostly support, obviously, support all 12 departments, both the human services side and the technology side. But I'm really focusing on supporting the auto tech, diesel tech, pharmacy tech, manufacturing tech. I like to call them all
Wow.
the techs. That's what kind of what I've been doing. So yeah, it's been quite a ride. I've had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, and yeah, just and my main thing, and I'm really passionate about like spreading, democratizing technology, and obviously AI too for students, for everyone. So that's kind of been my thing too.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. So you've come such a long way over your career, and obviously, that depth in education and DEI initiatives. Can you talk a little more about the technology side of the kinds of initiatives you're doing today in the AI world?
Yeah, and that's really been my thing too. Because for me, it's about access and equity. when it
Yeah.
comes to this, because and that's honestly, that's kind of one of my concerns, because especially with these AI platforms that are out there, Claude, Gemini, OpenAI is the big one too, in partnership with Microsoft. So I really see this being like an equity component to it, because the students, the learners that have access to these platforms, are they're going to take advantage. They're going to use them. They're already using them.
Yeah.
But the lower socioeconomic underrepresented students that may not necessarily have access to these platforms and to these technologies, that's where you're really going to see some gaps, and you're already seeing them. And I mean, you saw this, you saw it already with the digital divide. Students who have
Right.
access to the internet, broadband, technology, computers. We saw it during COVID. So one of my things has been, I'm working on a grant right now to get some software licenses for specifically for faculty and administrators. It's very exploratory. I want to make that very clear. But we're looking into, really, and we're working with a really, should I say it? Well, we're looking into I'll be honest, we're looking into a couple of vendors, including
Yeah.
OpenAI,
Okay.
Microsoft, and Canva to,
Yeah.
there's a whole process in the community college system they have to go through. So really getting these technologies in the hands of faculty and administrators and classified, for them to get their hands on it, to get comfortable with it. And then once we go through that phase one, that's what we're calling it. And then, maybe, going to phase two, getting, more across, getting the licenses in the hands of people around the state, ultimately, so they can feel comfortable with students using these
Students
licenses
using
and
it
these
too.
platforms. Yeah. So that's one of the
Well,
initiatives that I wanted to share. It just where it's very exploratory. My leadership has, I have to admit, they've been really supportive about me doing this kind of work. So I
fantastic.
have to give them dibs for that. I'm really, really, really grateful
Yeah.
that they allow me to do this. And so yeah, that's been pretty exciting. That's some of
Super
the work that's
exciting.
happening. Yeah,
Well, it's easy for us to forget. We're like, well, OpenAI or ChatGPT is free, but you're like, yeah, but basic access to the internet
yeah,
isn't always a given in some communities, right? Like, I think even
exactly.
just basic technology access is part of this as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, especially like, and so we were just talking about this during COVID. Like we had to give there was we had some students borrow our laptops,
Hmm.
hotspots. That's where it really came across. That some it was really revealed that some not all students have access to these technologies, and to these
Yeah.
platforms, and to internet, and to broadband. And let's just say that a household during COVID had one hotspot. Like, how long is that going to last with three or four or five computers or devices that they had at home? So that's something that really drove it home for me. And to this day, I really want to make sure that these platforms and that these technologies are open and available for everyone, for all
Well, that's
students and for
amazing.
all learners. So, and I mean, I've been in a couple of webinars, and those gaps still exist. And I'm hoping that those gaps don't widen because of this. So that's some of the work that I've been doing with the chancellor's office, and with the state, and obviously here in the county, and
Amazing.
at the local level in the Santa Ana College, to make sure that everyone has access to this.
Has access.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
incredible. And so when ChatGPT came out, you were in the same position as a lot of people. Like you'd never, used this before. Generative AI was brand new. Now you're actually leading the adoption efforts, at the state level and helping people adopt and understand this technology. How did you make that transition to become this, like the person leading that charge and the expert in the area?
yeah. So I think I got it from you. BC, before ChatGPT came out, me and my wife were at task on writing a careers in AI program, fully online.
Mm,
It was through the one of our local ROPs, the Regional Occupational Program, here in Orange County. We did it in a partnership with Intel, and the Coastline ROP, just to give them, put a word in for them as well. And one of the local nonprofits, the CEO Leadership Alliance, in Orange County, CLAOC. So it was a collaborative effort, really, really great. They saw it. it was a really vision. It's a really visionary group. They saw it coming. They saw that
Mm,
AI, something big was going to happen with AI. So we've been
yeah,
working at it for years. We got it approved. Me and my wife wrote it over the summer. Careers in AI. We used some of we used Intel's curriculum. They have some curriculum out there. We used some of my ideas too, and my wife's ideas too, because she's been teaching robotics and technology for years. She takes her
amazing.
students to competitions, Lego robotics competitions, Vex
Oh,
robotics
we'll have to have her on
competitions.
next.
Super. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, you should interview her, interview her too. She's amazing, talented individual. She just got an award too. She can talk about that maybe when you have her on. So we saw that coming. We wrote this curriculum again fully online for high school students
Yeah.
specifically. That was where we saw it, and that kind of put me and Katie on the leading edge when it came to to these to the future work. And I've been some one of the someone who's always looking like what's the next thing coming up, like blockchain, that was on the radar, Bitcoin, all of that good stuff too. And as soon as ChatGPT came out, I started dabbling in with it, and it just kind of went from there. You know,
Fantastic. Have you dabbled at all in building products with it?
a little bit. Actually, yeah, I have. I don't know how much I can talk about it.
That's
I'm still
okay.
under NDA, but I have not so much on the coding side, more of a custom GPT.
Mm,
Honestly, super fun to build. It was like months and months of work, on the side, on the weekends, but it was really neat to kind of see it coming together. Working a collaborator of mine. Also, for low socioeconomic, underrepresented students, how to get their hands on these kinds of technologies specifically. And I can mention this to help them get careers, like more,
nice.
to help them with their resume, to help them with their career narrative. Super fun. So yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that was
fantastic.
really neat, and that was through your program too, that kind of helped me get comfortable to actually do something like that.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
yeah,
That's so great. It's so great to hear it was helpful, especially in such a worthwhile initiative. That's amazing.
yeah, yeah, and that was phase one. They wanted me over the summer to talk about phase two, to do that. So they really liked the product that came out, and they're using it,
Oh,
and they
that's
want to
awesome.
continue to do stuff with it too. So that I think that'll, along with the
That's
stuff that I've been doing around the state, I've been presenting around the state too, about using generative AI to democratize, you know, in technologies and these technologies in higher education. So,
amazing. Oh, it's
mhm,
so awesome.
yeah,
I know you've been helping organize conferences, etc. So the work is really visible, but also just it's so needed right now to make sure that there isn't just exacerbating that digital divide, right?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's really the lens that I come with this, because I remember when I was young, my parents didn't have a lot of money. They couldn't afford, these brand new, computers, and
The
but
iPhone 15 we're gonna need to use Apple AI.
yeah, 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 yeah. Apple, yeah, Apple Intelligence. And I remember, my parents used to scrape their pennies so we can buy like the word processor. And I remember the 5-inch floppy disk from back in the
Mhm.
days. I
Oh,
think I
yes.
think they're down to the 3.5 or whatever it was, and now a little tiny flash drive has like a terabyte now. So yeah, and when I was thankfully I was able to access somehow these technologies, and I want to make sure that everyone has the ability to do that too, with
Amazing.
the latest trends in
That's
technology.
awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, super inspiring. One last question. So, if you were talking to someone who wanted to get into AI but didn't know where to start, in one sentence, what advice would you give them?
it the word that comes into my mind is just play with it, just dabble with it. ChatGPT is the easiest one. You don't even need to log into it anymore. You could just, how do I use ChatGPT to do a workout routine, how to use it to,
Completely.
you know uh,
Recipes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what I would use it. um
Awesome.
yeah, that's what I would recommend, to use it for,
Just
just
getting in
daily
there.
life. Yeah, there's some things on TikTok too that, some people are using it for, to, or figure out how to come up with like a study plan. Like, since I'm in education, how to study for like the SATs, come up with a 10-week study plan for me to do good in my SATs, or study for my history exam or for my math exam, or how do I work out this problem. And I know that generative AI is not best at math, but it's getting better. Especially with ChatGPT 4.0. That's, and then you mentioned Apple, and you saw the calculator that they announced during the developers conference. I mean, they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better from here. Like,
Right.
this is the
Yeah.
worst. Everyone, I hear all over the place. This is like the worst that they're going to be. They're only going to be better and more powerful from here. So
And it's going so fast.
so
Exactly.
fast.
Well,
Yeah.
when we say plan for the future, we mean like 3 months from now, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing too, I know that it's, I like to mention it even in publicly, but just look up the word, what AGI stands for. Like,
Mm.
yeah, yeah, just, yeah. Look,
Why
look,
do you say
look up
that?
artificial general intelligence. You look at OpenAI's vision and mission. Like,
Yeah.
that's where they see this going eventually.
Right.
And you don't even need to have a strong understanding of it, but just be aware of it. Like,
Mhm.
where OpenAI and now Facebook, Meta, Mark Zuckerberg has indicated that's where they see these technologies going, is with AGI, leading to AGI, and Microsoft, of course, in partnership with OpenAI and Google. But that go down that rabbit trail. You're gonna find out a lot, a lot.
Yeah.
When you type in those words, artificial general intelligence is what I'm talking about, and that's gonna, yeah, yeah, look into that for sure. It's
Great to be
it's gonna,
aware of
yeah,
where this is heading.
absolutely. Hmm.
Fantastic. Thanks for that
Absolutely.
advice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we're going to wrap up just with our last section is plugs. Jorge, do you have anything that you want to plug coming up?
Yeah. So there's a couple things going on over here on my end. I spoke about writing curriculum. So my wife just got what is I think we think that it's the first online community college course here at Santa Ana College and Santiago King College. It's supposed to start in the fall. As soon as I
Oh,
get more
nice.
registration information for that, I can send it
For
over
sure.
to you. You can put it in the
The show
podcast
notes.
and as a link. Yeah, in the show notes.
Yeah.
I think registration is going to open up either later this month or in July. It's supposed to start in August. We think that it's the first fully online, asynchronous. You could, do your work whenever you want to. She wrote it, and she's going to be.
And it's a course in what's the course?
Oh
Sorry, I
yes,
missed the
generative AI.
name.
Yes, thanks. Generative AI for small business. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh,
So
very cool.
yeah, it's part of a certificate program. She was tapped to writing it because of her experience with writing, AI curriculum at the high school level. They got her to write it at the community college for the community college, here
Oh,
in SoCal.
fantastic.
So that should be big.
Super exciting.
There's an AI for writing. Also, that one's live. I can send it to you. There's still some spots
Yeah.
open for that.
And they sound like these are beginner, right? No tech background required,
Yeah,
no
no, yep.
prerequisites.
All intro, yeah. The AI for writing, it's a 3 hour little course, little session, July 31st, 6 to 9. So if you work, you can do it after work. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on with education. It's really been a big buzzword. I'm trying to, push it as best as I can here at
Oh,
the community
fantastic.
college system. So we want to make sure that our students don't fall behind, and that they're prepared with these tools to use these tools. Those are my two
Incredible.
plugs. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, it's super exciting, and I hope people will join that.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. From my end, I'd love to plug. We have some courses kicking off in August and September, both on
Oh,
Reforge and again our Blueprint program that Jorge was part of is kicking off in September. So if you want to be the first to know about it, join our mailing list, aicareerboost.com/interested, and we'll be announcing early registration dates, early access codes, and discounts to the group that joins our mailing list. So please sign up. And as always, I love to plug the podcast. So if you want more discussions like this of people who have transitioned into AI careers and are using AI in their day-to-day, or doing inspirational things with us, have become leaders in the AI space, please subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Be sure to give us a like. And as always, you can always send us questions at support@aicareerboost.com. We'd love to hear it. Well, that's been another episode of AI Product Leader, and we will see you all next time. Thanks again so much, Jorge, for coming and being part of this today.
This has been great. Thanks.